Well, hello guys, and welcome back to a new episode. Today we are showing you our ways we get ready. Ginger, come here. She's trying to eat the kangaroo poo. How we get ready for a campsite. So when we arrive, what we do. So we have just arrived here at Summerhill Creek, and we thought, why not we show you guys what we use, how we use it, and how we get our site level. Especially here in this site, we're on site 6. It's a hip camp. It is very unlevel, so we don't have any fancy airbags or anything like that. We just use the good old leveling trucks and these eyeballs. It's never perfect, but it is pretty good considering we don't have any of those things. Anyways, let's get into showing you guys how we do that. So here's Aaron and Miss Ginger.
Hey Ginge, hey. So yeah, I don't know what Sophie said, but I'm about to drive up on the leveling ramp and then unhook.
What leveling ramps do we use? What brand do they?
I don't know the brand. I think they were from just Super Cheap Auto, weren't
yeah,
they?
They're like the cheapest ones you can get, possibly find.
Yeah.
So Aaron drives up, I tell him how far to go, stand at the front of the car, and I kind of just guesstimate with my eyeballs if we're level or not. Side to side, that is. How's that look? I think it's pretty good. Now I say to Aaron, she's looking alright.
She looks alright.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Yeah, we just eyeball things. Doesn't need to be perfect. We're not too fussy.
As long as the water drains, we don't mind.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. No, I don't use a level or anything, just Sophie's eyeballs. And sometimes she's not sure, so I jump out and check with my eyeballs as well.
And also when we get in there, sometimes I make him move it around.
Yeah,
it's really bad.
Mainly like front to back, not side to side.
Yeah.
Just depends on the water draining.
And then what do we do after we go up on the ramp?
So we're up on the ramp now, then we use our wheel chocks to put behind the wheel, then I release the brake just so it takes the pressure off the car. So we just recently received, well, we bought from Anaconda, these tread wheel chocks. They're the pink ones for breast cancer research. We got these because Aaron drove over our old cheapos. So these ones are so much better. So far so good. Not sponsored, just bought ourselves. So they look like this. I think they work better with the tread matching components, let's just say that. Anyways, I'll show you guys what I do. So I just get this and I shove it right under there as far as I can, bang it in, and then I say, release the brake. And we're good. Perfect. Now, we are only new to caravanning. We are not pros. We are 1 year in. But that's what we do and it works for us. And then I ask Aaron, do we need this other one? Yeah, we always put one on each side.
So front or back?
We're mainly on a hill backwards, aren't we?
Yeah.
Then to the back.
Okay, so we'll put it to the back. I was asking because I'm never 100% sure, but he knows how gravity works better than me. So I'll just show you guys.
But we do have more, so I might put one at the front as well.
Yeah, we do have a spare set. So yeah, we do have a spare set, so I'm gonna put another one at the front. Yeah, because we're on a fair hill. And then give her a kick. Gosh, we're dodgy.
Very dodgy. Not even in the middle.
And then Aaron comes around and whinges that I've done it wrong.
Yep, always. No, the back one's good. And then it released pretty good on the brakes and held the van. So now I'll put the legs, jockey wheel, unhook.
And show them that as well. Now that that's done, Aaron's going to get the jockey wheel out. One problem we do have with our Snowy is our clearance. We've said it before and we'll say it again. Trying to always get the jockey wheel on when it is so low to the ground and you're on a hill can be difficult when you've got to hold a dog and control her as well. She's been a bit energetic lately, to say the least. So sometimes putting the jockey wheel on can be a struggle, but probably 8 out of 10 times it's okay. Just depends where you're parked.
I think it might be alright today.
It's always a gamble.
Of course.
Look at this, Ginge. Look at this. Look what Daddy's doing. You gonna help Daddy? Ginger. Ginger. That's on.
Handbrake on. Just disconnect all the wires and... And then when I take the chains off, I always leave them on the side they came off. Then I know they're always crisscrossed. So I don't just drop them on the ground. Then I know this side is always for this side.
Hot tip.
Just makes it easier. You don't need to think and check, oh, are my chains crisscrossed? You always know they are. While I do this, I just flick the gas on if Sophie hasn't, which she hasn't today. So. Moved a little bit. I don't normally like it moving that much either. But it's alright, all good. So that's disconnected. Now I'll move the car out of the way and we can try and get it level. And usually while Aaron does all this, I'm inside. I will also turn our breather on for our diesel heater. So that means I just open it a little bit and that way it doesn't suffocate the fuel tank. It can breathe. Yeah, it can breathe. So you know how you can't sometimes see jerry cans and they're like all sucked in? Yeah, that's because they don't have a breather. So yeah, we just open the little cap a little bit and she's good to go. No suffocation. And we have looked into airbags, hey? And they're like 13 grand. Yeah, it's not worth it. Stuff like leveling ramps, bit of pads to keep your stabilizer legs good. You're right. Yeah. If I was rich, I'd get airbags, but I'm not. Got my Audi special buys. What are they called? Are they sand pads? Sand pads, maybe, yeah. You don't need to spend the money and you can get it cheaper. Why wouldn't you? Obviously, some things you do need to spend the money and get a good quality item. But there's some things that you just don't need to do that with. So, yeah. And we only started out with this van a year ago. We have changed things. Like I said, the wheel chocks we've changed. But most of the things that we started off a year ago are still going strong. And we use them every day. So that just goes to show, you know, even when you don't spend too much money, they're still good products. Why do you use those pads? Just so the legs don't sink into the wet grass and all that, so works pretty good. Bigger footprint. Oh, and it's got such a big fire drum here. Nice and clean too. I hate it when you get to a camp and they're full of ash. I'm stupid. Why are you stupid? I didn't lower the... Oh yeah, you need to lower it at the front. I just put the leg down. It's definitely not level. How's that look? I think a bit more. Yeah, definitely higher at the front. Yeah. Good? Yeah. And we like it a bit lower at the front anyway, don't we? Yeah, then the water drains freely from the shower. Yeah, because our drain's at the front. So, is there a reason you use that tool? I have broken them using the, what's it called, rattle gun, because it's too much pressure. They got little gears inside of them. You can use a rattle gun, just do it nice and easy. Don't really jack it up. And we've had to replace legs. Yeah, just one. So now I just do it with this. And also, when you're at a free camp and you're leaving really early in the morning and there's people around you sleeping, you don't wake them up with that tool. So we're courteous of our neighbours. Each one and wheeling it down. I can't get this leg straight because we're up on the leveling ramp on the other side. It lowers this side of the van, obviously. On a hill. Whew, I'm puffed. So, yeah, the leg will be bent it's also part of our clearance as well. So, yeah.
Not much you can
not
do.
much you can do. Buy a new van if it's that much of a trouble. But we make it work.
It still feels stable.
Yeah. Sometimes I can't even put any one leg down or something. See how it just keeps going. Just keeps sliding. Doesn't make it as stable, but it's still pretty good. Doesn't take the weight off it. But this one's just grabbed, which is good.
We were testing out vans before we bought this one. We went and tried a few out, like we didn't take them out on the road or anything, but we just hopped in them and tested them out while walking through them. And as soon as you hopped in some of them, they were so wobbly. And obviously single axle, there's way more movement than a dual axle because there's not as many tires on the ground, it's not stable, all that jazz. However, with the Snowy, I feel like it's quite sturdy. Like there's quite a stable point. I don't know how to say it, but basically just, yeah, I feel like it's quite sturdy. So even when we're still hooked up to the car and it's a 24-hour camp, I feel like we don't even need to put our legs down.
I think that's because of our torsion suspension. Okay. So it's pretty good suspension.
Yeah. And
Could be wrong.
But even if it is that, it's all standard with the van. Like ours is a standard off the showroom floor. It's not got anything separate. We've just added a couple of things to it, but that's not one of them. Yeah. So yeah, so far the snow is going good. It's just our clearance that lets us down.
Done. Don't show them my tunnel, but it's filthy.
Turn around quick.
Now I pull the step out, get Ginger's long lead.
And if you haven't seen this before,
it's not dodgy.
It's not dodgy.
Very safe.
It's actually probably safer than the last one.
Yeah, because the last one broke, so this one won't break.
And if you do want to see more info about this long lead, you'll have to go back through our other vlog. We did mention it.
Orange?
Episode 30. Yeah, episode 34.
So, because we're the only people here, free camp, I normally double
It's not free camp. It's a hip camp.
Not free camp. Hip camp, got heaps of room, no one around. I normally double this up so it's a lot shorter, but I'm going to give Ginger the free range. Aaron's doing that. I normally set up the awning because he takes too long and I want my awning out because he takes too long because he's got the dog attached to him. Give him credit, but I like the awning out because it's something easy I can do, and then I can hang my laundry out really quickly. So I do that and then I usually go inside. So I'll show you guys that. I can't reach that without the thingy. What have I done?
What a disaster that is in there.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't need this pole. Sometimes I can reach it. But today, there's no chance.
I always need it.
Yeah. So just flick that down. So yeah, I've just hooked this onto the little loop. We always fold it up with the loop at the door, so we know exactly where it is.
Why else?
Why else?
So when it's on the end, it can blow around because it's a little bit longer and get tangled and caught up.
So we never get tangled with this now the way that it is. And you just pull it out. Oh.
There you go.
Sometimes I get a bit nervous, but there's no need. It's all good. And just chuck that. And it's all like, what's the word, on the springs. So it's not
spring loaded.
Yeah, so it's not hard to pull or anything. You don't need to have muscles. And then walk around the side here. And these poles, you just push them up and they lock in on both sides. That's done.
What are you getting?
I'm just getting something exciting actually. Oh, not that.
Don't worry
look
about
at that. That's just because our tunnel boot's a disaster. Okay, so this is a hex pegs bag. If you guys aren't familiar with hex pegs, they are basically what they say. So a hexagon top in a peg, like a tent peg. However, tent pegs on steroids, because you do need muscles to be holding this up right now. It's heavy, but that is because it is everything you need for the awning. So us, we've added things into this bag. Half the bag is hex pegs and half the bags are tie gear. So we'll show you guys. So really good Velcro strap as well to keep it all together. So, and heavy duty zips. Aaron's got his drill in here. So we use Ryobi because they're cheap and the rechargeable batteries are quite affordable. And I guess that's the only reason.
I already had it.
We already had them. So, yep. Anti-flap. These are our anti-flap. That's all it is. So people have those bars, those straps, all those kind of things. This is all we have. One on each side. It clips onto the awning. I'll show you guys in a moment. And around the bar. So these I think we got from a camping shop in Ulladulla on the south coast of New South Wales. Yeah, they were like
20 bucks, 30 bucks. Yeah,
they weren't much. We don't like the idea of the
bars.
Yeah, the bars, because they stretch the awning over time and then
you need to replace your canvas.
Yeah,
or whatever it is.
Yeah, so we don't like that, but we like them. We've had them up in like, what, 50k winds, and it's been fine.
I wouldn't mind getting another set, so 2 on each side, but they do the job.
They do the job. And then we have, so for starters, we have our tie gear. So I don't know if we showed you guys these before, but we are going to do a separate video just talking about them and how they've been holding up. So look forward for that one. But for now, I'll just show you guys, we've got our strap that goes around the barrel. We'll show you guys how we put it on. These are the guide rope to here, and it all tucks away neatly in this little mesh bag. Again, no smells or anything like that if you're putting it away wet, because it's all breathable mesh. Then this goes around onto the ground, and that ties in, and then you're like, hang on, what does that go in the ground with? Well, glad you asked. It goes in the ground with a hex peg. So we literally just got these the other day, so we haven't really tested them out before. However, we are super keen to try them out because we were using easy anchor screw pegs. However, they were getting quite old. They were fine, but they were getting quite old. We didn't have the ability to replace them at the moment, so we just thought, reach out to Hex Pegs and see if they were interested in us testing out their gear, and they were kind enough, Damien was kind enough to let us test them out. So he's given us a bunch to try, so a thank you to him. We will let you guys know how they're going, but basically, you put the screw through, it goes in the ground. There's all different types of hex pegs. We're going to do a whole video about it, like I said. We've got the ones with these little hooks. We've got the ones with just the flat hexagon top. They are quite long, so they give you the variety. We've got these sand to snow pegs. So if you're on the beach, which we are far from at the moment. And then you've got these little baby ones for your mat. Like, how cool. So a big thank you to Damien at Hex Pegs for sending us those. We are super keen to see how they go on the road. So far, yeah, we haven't tried them, but they feel nice, they look nice, and they seem practical. So
let's get into it and give them a go.
And we'll show you guys how it all works. Now Aaron can take over. I wanted to say as well, actually, we leave it down while we get all these out. So that way it's easy to strap everything on. And
I can reach.
Aaron can reach.
Because if it's up, I can't reach.
But even sometimes I can't reach either, and I'm quite tall, so
it's high.
It's high, yeah. So we leave it down, put all the bits and bobs on, and then we lift it up, and we'll show you guys anyway, so you'll get the gist. But if you're wondering why it's still in this mode, that is why.
So now I put the anti-flap on. I just go above the screw. Then you know when you put it up, it doesn't move and get in the way. You tighten it up. Go around the bar. Through. Pull it nice and tight.
Is this tie gear new as well?
Yeah.
How long have we had that?
We've had that, a couple months, a month maybe?
Yeah, maybe a month.
Yeah, so now I put the tie gear on. It's got the caravan, it's nice and easy to click on and off. Just put that around the barrel. As simple as that. Pull that. And make it, I don't know, about that. Just so when you put the awning up, you can reach it.
Did you do that all while it was in the bag?
Sure did.
How cool.
Brilliant. Keeps it all nice and tidy. I love it.
Yeah, it's actually so cool.
Need to look up.
Hi, Ginger. And Ginger does this while we set up.
And then I'll go on to the other side.
I'll show you guys a close-up as well if Ginger gets out of my grill of the tie gear. Go back that way. Where's Dad?
Ginger, give me.
Quick. Alright, so again, these are the twisty spring-loaded thingies. And that's the clip that the hex peg screws into. That's the bag. And I can't remember, do you know what those things are called? Those little mechanism?
Just a spring-loaded something.
I'll put the name on the screen because that's a bit rubbish that we can't remember.
What mechanism? The silver thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what they're called. They're just spring-loaded.
Yeah, well, I'll put it on the screen because I know there's a special name for it.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can actually keep it in that bag, pull it, and you can get your length. Like, it's just, it's the best thing since sliced bread, honestly. And not sponsored, but we were gifted this as well from Tie Gear, so thanks to them as well.
All right. Now that's all done. Both
Anti-flap.
both anti-flaps on. Both straps are on the barrel. So now I lift it up. To that side, then I go to this side.
And do you know what awning we have? What name it is?
It's the Dometic awning.
So yeah, most caravans are very much the same.
So, and when I put the awning up, I normally put one side lower. So I've got that side a little bit lower, just so if it rains, which it's meant to, the water runs off. Alright, this is the hex peg bit to put the screws in the ground. Just goes onto your drill or impact gun. Just clicks straight in. And then you're ready to go. So today I'm using the long flat top ones because it seems like pretty soft ground. So I want the length and strength so the awning doesn't rip out. So we'll see how we go. And just straight in through the eyelet of the tie gear and go for it. Oh. Alright, I thought it was soft ground, but I've hit a rock or something. There we go, look at that.
Now we're cooking with gas.
And then, and just pull the rope. So that's pretty good. Unzip the bag. Zip the bag up and it's all nice and neat. Plenty of tension. And now we go to the other side. Our floor mat holes are too small for the hex pegs to fit, which is a bummer. I'll need to work something out for that because the hex pegs are so good. So I've got to go back to the easy anchor screws. They just fit. So I'll show you. What's one thing we haven't set up yet that you need at every camp? Some camp chairs. So I'm going to go get them out of the back of the ute and I'll show you what we have. Alright, this is Ginger's bed. It's just from either BCF or Anaconda, I'm not too sure. It's a Wanderer brand, so whoever sells that. So I'll set that up. Might put it down here around the campfire. And then this is Sophie's chair, the Wanderer. We are in need of some new chairs, so if anyone's got any good recommendations, let us know. So I got the 2 chairs set up around the campfire. Ginger's bed's under the awning. If she wants to come out around the fire, I'll bring it out for her. She's happy playing with some timber, firewood, aren't you? Always still in my firewood, aren't you? Yeah. Now, because we're off grid, no power, I'm going to set up our LSP solar panel. So I'll set that up on this side. So yeah, I'll set the solar panel up on the opposite side to our van, because that's where the plug is. I've got a 6 metre cord to try and chase the sun, but it's pretty cloudy. Not much sun around, but still get a little bit of solar, so it's better than nothing. Pretty simple, nice, quick, easy. It's a 250 watt panel as well, so should get a bit of solar in even though it's not too sunny.